No. Wait. I'm right. You're always wrong.
Come on, man. What you mean?
Steph Curry, really?
You really think the Warriors are going to have a super team again?
LeBron James better than Jordan? Come on, man.
Rodgers taking Green Bay to the Super Bowl?
You're listening to The Undefeated. Welcome back to The Undefeated. Mario is out today. He is busy, but I got a special guest in the house with me today by the name of Jarvis Redwine.
Hey, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Ty, for having me.
We have a lot to cover today. So make sure you contact us through our Facebook page at Undefeated Tyler and Mario or at tylerhurst20@yahoo.com. That is TYLERHURST20@yahoo.com. Today we are covering Jay Cutler and how he somehow got a job over Colin Kaepernick in South Beach.
How did that happen?
You're telling me. And we are talking about, should the NFL keep the preseason around? And who is really the best two-way player in the NBA? Right now, to start it off, we're going to start out with Jay Cutler. How did he get a job in South Beach before Colin Kaepernick?
I don't know. How did he get a job before Colin Kaepernick? The Colin Kaepernick situation is just tragic. I mean, he cannot get a job. Why can't this guy get a job? Because it's just they're blacklisted him. That's all they're doing. That's all they're doing right now. Ryan Tannehill. Now the question is too, what does this do for Tannehill's situation?
See, the thing is with Tannehill, is he better than Colin Kaepernick? Because apparently to Adam Gase, he thinks Jay Cutler has the ability to be better than Ryan Tannehill.
I don't see it. I just see 11 seasons. You have a QB. Jay Cutler has a QB rating of 85.7, 208 touchdowns to 140 INTs. This is a short term.
It really is. I mean, okay, so I guess let me start off with this. I get the reason why he gets signed by Miami. I get it. Yeah. He goes back to Adam Gase. Okay. Who he is very well coached by, who one coach he actually listens to. And I get why Colin Kaepernick is not signed because Miami has a heavy Cuban population.
Yes.
And if we recall, Colin Kaepernick wearing a Fidel Castro shirt at a Miami Dolphins game last season.
Wow.
So that's an issue. And I guess the Miami Dolphins felt like Jay Cutler is a better fit than Colin Kaepernick. But in that 11 seasons, Jay Cutler has one good season. I understand it's with Adam Gase. He had passing completion percentage over 60%. Yep. He had a QBR over 90 for his one time in his career.
One time.
And this is his TD to interception ratio was 21-11. Colin Kaepernick back last year at the 49ers was better. 22-9 ratio.
No question.
I just think if you are the Miami Dolphins and you wanted to win right now, because you're in the same division as New England Patriots, who everybody knows you're not going to beat.
Yes.
If you're the Miami Dolphins, you want to win, you have to take Colin Kaepernick. Instead, they go with Jay Cutler.
But does Jay Cutler fit their offense better than Colin Kaepernick?
I think any quarterback fits an offense better than Colin Kaepernick because what Colin Kaepernick is looking to do is run first.
Yes.
Jay Cutler is more of a... I don't want to compare him to Rodgers or somebody like that, but he is someone who will stand in the pocket and make a throw. Is he accurate? No. We all know that. If we think back to Jay Cutler's one good season in Chicago, his record was 6-9.
Pathetic.
He can't win. He has entered the playoffs one time in his career. One time. And the Dolphins are not going to make the playoffs.
They're not going to make the playoffs. You got to just look at this move as a short term. I'm just trying to get through the season. And I just want to get another quarterback next year in the draft. This is the move. This is what that move is.
And I think it just the thing that irritates me the most is Cutler really did not want this job. He goes in the press conference and says to the media, "My wife convinced me to take this job."
Yes.
So it's almost like Jay Cutler took this job for fun, and he's sitting here making $10 million.
Exactly. I just think he's in it for the money. To tell you the truth, he's in it for the money. I don't think he really even dedicated to winning. And we've seen that in Chicago. He was not dedicated to his winning.
No. And bottom line is Jay Cutler is not a good leader. He was a captain at Chicago, caused problems in the locker room, not leading these young players, making them better, and now he's taking that down to Miami.
I agree with
who
you.
has a great young running back in Jay Ajayi.
Oh, yeah.
They have problems, and the bad thing is these NFL owners, they're almost like stepping on Colin Kaepernick.
Yes.
Stepping on him, laughing at him, and pretty much just telling him he's not going to get a play in the NFL once again.
It's ridiculous. So I have to agree with you on this one. Yes, I mean, Jay Cutler has no business being in the NFL. He should have stayed retired.
Yes. I think the Dolphins would be better off starting Matt Moore.
Agreed.
Matt Moore took the Dolphins late last season after Ryan Tannehill got injured. Matt Moore took them in the playoffs. Yes, they did get blown out by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yeah. But Matt Moore was kind of impressive.
But didn't Adam Gates says Moore is his man? I mean, so is this...
He did at the end of the season, and all of a sudden, you sign Jay Cutler. You go right back to Cutler.
That doesn't make any sense.
Cutler could not.
That does not make any sense.
It's funny because Twitter went crazy as soon as Jay Cutler gets signed. And you know the cornerbacks and safeties in the league, the Cam Chancellor's in the league, the Richard Sherman's in the league.
They're licking their chops.
Josh Norrie, yes. They are all ready to play Jay Cutler.
Oh, man.
So if you're even playing fantasy football, start the defense against Miami.
I agree.
I guess if I go back to Colin Kaepernick, another thing that irritates me is the Miami Dolphins were actually looking at Tim Tebow ahead of Colin Kaepernick. Tim Tebow did not play football back since 2012.
And now what is Tim Tebow doing? He's playing baseball,
He's playing baseball. And it's
got to be a slap in the face to Colin Kaepernick.
It really is. I mean, I get the whole Fidel Castro Cuban population, but don't you think at some point the fans would get over it? If he's winning, I guarantee the fans would not mind.
Exactly.
And now the fans are going to be stuck with someone who's going to get him a record of under 500.
Oh, man.
They'll maybe get 7-9.
I'm
going to give the Dolphins 7-9.
7-9?
Because they have Jay Ajayi.
Yeah.
They have Jarvis Landry.
And then they have
Kenny Stills.
On defense, right?
Yes, they have Sue on defense.
Yeah.
They have a solid team. They just do not have that quarterback.
It's a shame. It's a shame. Can we just bring back Dan Marino?
Dolphins fans would love that.
I know, right?
I mean, I think everybody was thinking Ryan Tannehill was going to be someone great.
Yes.
He has shown to me that he can be an average quarterback.
Exactly.
But he's nothing Aaron Rodgers caliber, Tom Brady caliber.
And you have to go back to last December when he had the ACL tear.
Yes.
I mean, and they're looking, I think the Dolphins are going to look after this season, they're going to look in the future for another quarterback because Tannehill, I don't think he's going to be the future there.
No, and with injuries reoccurring with Tannehill, it's too much. And he didn't get touched this last one in the practice field. I mean,
he did sign that what is it, that $95 million deal in 2015. So
Dolphins are in trouble with that.
Oh, man. Oh, the Dolphins.
They're kind of messing up. I think people like the Dolphins take away a lot from Kaepernick. If we think about his 49ers team last year, they were horrible.
They were absolutely
and
dreadful.
Colin Kaepernick still had a better QBR than Jay Cutler. like it's just things you got to consider, and I totally get fans of Miami. I get it, but to me, I want to win. And if I want to win, I'm taking Colin Kaepernick.
Yes.
He's by far the best free agent quarterback in the league right now.
Absolutely.
So
I don't know. I don't know what Miami is doing. Just bad. Is it the front office or what? What is wrong with Miami? How come they cannot?
I could not tell you that. I think they have hired the right coach. Adam Gase is a brilliant-minded coach. They have the running back. Like I said, they have all the pieces together.
Yes.
They needed themselves a quarterback.
Yes.
You get a quarterback that has a running back like Jay Ajayi.
Man.
That is just like Dak and Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah.
That's just like Brady and LeGarrette Blount last year.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, that's all they need.
That's all they need. But trying to get that quarterback, the Dolphins have been through a lot of quarterbacks over the years.
Yes.
A lot. And Tannehill was supposed to be that calm, and that stability, but just did not work out like that.
Yeah, he's just getting injured too much. I think it's time. They do need to move on.
They do.
I don't know how much talent's going to come out of this year's draft at the quarterback position. Sam Darnold from USC has already said he would rather stay, but he might change his mind.
Yeah.
And right now he's the front runner for Heisman. Wow. So I mean, and next year is pretty much just around the corner. We just got to see who will step up. I'm looking at Lamar Jackson. He had the Heisman. And the thing is with Lamar is he's so much of a running quarterback.
That's right.
And when you get to the NFL,
yes,
you got to pump the brakes on that.
You can't dance in this league.
If Cam Newton's getting injured running,
yes,
Lamar will get crunched.
Yes,
he doesn't want to sue. He doesn't want a James Harrison chasing after him and hitting him. That's a semi-truck.
Yeah, and one thing about Lamar as well is that he turns the ball over a lot, so he's going to have to really, really work on that.
Yes, he's not as accurate as what people think he is.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I guess how I'm going to finish this Cutler off is I just want people to mark my word on the Miami Dolphins. They will be an under 500 team. If they make it to 8-8, congratulations to Jay Cutler. He finally had a decent season and not a losing record. But let me tell you something, Jay Cutler cannot win football games. So now I want to move on to the NFL in the preseason. I believe the NFL needs to go without the preseason because if you and everybody else out there in the world was watching the Hall of Fame game between the Cowboys and Cardinals, final score 20-18, the Cowboys. And as you're watching, you notice it was boring. Very boring. Not fun to watch. There are no star players playing. The only starter on both sides of the ball was Anthony Brown. What'd he do? He got injured. So for the NFL owners and coaches, and even players, it would benefit them to go without these 4 preseason games. First, it takes away the risk of injury. I do understand that these games help decide who the teams want to cut and who they want for their second string. But is it good for these consumers?
Ty, I'm looking at the college game and how they can decide all that in spring training. So I'm like, the spring game, they can figure out who is going to start.
Yes.
So why do they need this? And I agree with you. Why do they need this? And the answer is they just need it because NFL is just wanted to sell tickets. They wanted to just get the money.
And that's the issue is I go online, I look for a ticket.
Yes.
Ticket's about $35. You're about second section up.
Mm-hmm.
NFL is doing this to make money. It's not fair to the fans.
It's not.
Tickets should maybe be $10.
Exactly. So I've had this thought for a long time, Ty, and I'm like, why in the world do they have this? Why do they have the preseason? And the injuries and some of your favorite players, on your teams, they get injured in preseason for the entire season, and then guess what? They're having to try to find backups. Mm-hmm. And the NFL is already hard enough, on the body, during the regular season. So why do you need the preseason? And
my answer to this preseason would be to either go without it or you go with 1 or 2 games.
Yes.
You can decide who you want to cut on those 1 or 2 games because that way you just play all the backups. You don't make fans pay a lot.
Yeah.
Don't do that. And You could put it on TV, but more than likely you're not going to get viewers.
Would you like to see them just eliminated altogether, or just reduce the games?
I would like to see it eliminated altogether. However, I don't think that will ever happen because the NFL wants to make money.
Yeah,
that's all they're about.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows that. So I think what they need to do is take it down to 2 games, maybe add on a game during the regular season, and go from there.
I agree.
Okay, so really the NFL preseason is not fun to watch, and it's very boring, and it's a waste of consumers' money to buy the tickets. We all get that. And we all have brought up this controversy of whether or not this NFL preseason needs to be eliminated or kept around. Well, that kind of leads us into the NFL regular season. And this is the biggest question of them all, and it's led from the very last Super Bowl. Who is going to beat the Falcons and the Patriots this season?
Oh, good question. Well, in the NFC, the Falcons will probably get beat by either the Cowboys, or you got to watch out for the Philadelphia Eagles. They have a good quarterback. And I don't know. I just think that the Cowboys and the Eagles have the best chance of beating the Falcons in the NFC. And then in the AFC, I actually think that the Raiders with Khalil Mack and Derek Carr, Derek Carr, before he got injured, he had them on a roll. Yeah. And so you got to just listen to me on this one, because don't be surprised if the Raiders, they have some good receivers. They got Crabtree. They have
young talent in Amari Cooper.
They do. And the running back, don't they have
they just picked up beast mode. Yes. Marshawn Lynch.
So that's the thing. I mean, you gotta watch out for him. Don't sleep on him.
I am gonna start out with the AFC, and
okay,
I will have to agree with you with the Raiders. See, to me, the biggest challenge to the Patriots would be the 3 teams. In my mind, are the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Oakland Raiders, and this will surprise a lot of people, but I think the Tennessee Titans.
What?
I will explain it a little bit.
Okay.
Why?
Okay, yeah.
So, to me, I think to beat the Patriots, you need a high dynamic offense. You need an offense that can score. The Falcons clearly proved that in the Super Bowl. They had a running back, Devontae Freeman. Yeah. You had your wide receiver, Julio Jones. Yep. And you had your quarterback, who was being very well protected on the offensive line. Absolutely. So be it. The coaching staff of the Falcons messed up, and guess what? The Patriots came right back and won another Super Bowl. Tom Brady's 5th.
Yep.
So, if you look at these 3 teams I named out, the Steelers, Raiders, and Titans, they all have a great quarterback.
Yes, they do.
They all have amazing running backs.
With Le'Veon Bell, oh my goodness.
And they have a wide receiver core that can beat the defense, as well as an offensive line to protect the quarterback. Steelers is a little bit shaky.
Yes.
Big Ben does get hit a lot, but at times throughout the season they do look all right.
But I'm looking at Big Ben. He's starting to really rely on Le'Veon Bell. I mean, Le'Veon Bell is just an absolute beast.
And I think that's kind of the issue with the Steelers right now is Big Ben is leaning towards retirement.
Yeah.
So I think he's trying to put it more on Le'Veon Bell than him staying back in the pocket, having the chance of getting hit.
Yeah. But the Tennessee Titan thing, you're gonna have to explain yourself on that.
All right. Let me explain the Titans. I'll go on to the other 2.
Yeah.
So here's my reason for the Titans. Everybody knows they're on the uprise.
Yeah.
Everybody knows it. Arguably the best offensive line in football. Up there with the Cowboys and Eagles.
Okay.
Right up there. They have a top 5 running back in DeMarco Murray.
Okay.
And if Marcus Mariota can stay healthy, he is undoubtedly the best dual threat quarterback in the league.
If he can stay healthy.
That is a strong statement.
Yeah.
Besides Aaron Rodgers, who can run, because he runs very smart. And Dak Prescott, who showed last season that he can run and pass. Marcus Mariota is the top in the league at running and passing. I mean, last season, Marcus Mariota passes for 26 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. People want to sit here and say Jameis Winston's up there. He's better than Marcus Mariota, but Jameis Winston doubled his interceptions. Jameis Winston gets 18 interceptions. The Tennessee Titans, they picked up wide receivers to help alongside Rashard Matthews, who was one of the top wide receivers in the league last season at 9 touchdowns. Now they grabbed Eric Decker. We grabbed Corey Davis to bring alongside help with that. And we already have a top 3 tight end in the game in Delaney Walker, just behind Rob Gronkowski. Okay, and we picked up veterans on the defense. Logan Ryan from the Patriots.
Okay.
We already have a great defensive line led by Jarrell Casey, who's kind of under the radar because not many people talk about the Titans right now, but they will after the season. I can promise you that. And I just think that these guys have the most lethal and dangerous offense in the AFC. I mean, because you got to contain the running quarterback.
Yes.
If you can't contain that, then you got to worry about him throwing to a wide open guy.
But their defense. I know you mentioned they got some veterans on the defense, but that defense is. Can they contend against like a Patriots, like a Tom Brady, and
the only reason I think they can contend against someone like Tom Brady is because of they grabbed a veteran from the Patriots in Logan Ryan. He knows how the Patriots run.
Okay.
And the thing is with the Patriots, to get inside Tom Brady's head, you have to get a pass rush to him. Titans have one of the best pass rushing lines in football.
Yeah, and I think that we've seen that, with in the previous years, how if you can get some pressure into Brady's face, he's
yes. Broncos prove it almost every year. Von Miller's there every single second.
So that's what it's going to come down to, their defense. Can they get enough pressure on Brady?
Yes, and I mean, we picked up Adoree Jackson from USC, the rookie. He can be a superstar talent on the defense. Our biggest issue was the coverage.
Yeah.
We already had the defensive line. We have Brian Arakpo leading the linebacker crew.
Yes.
So, with the Tennessee Titans, our biggest question is on defense. No doubt everybody can agree with me that at least that I've asked that Titans have one of the best offenses in football.
They do. It's always just been a question of whether they can play defense.
Yes.
In that conference, it's really been kind of.
I mean, and that's the thing is we see her let Andrew Luck kind of tear us up on defense, shut us up. But the thing is, with Andrew Luck being injured right now, I don't know if he's going to be fully healthy this season.
There you go.
So, okay. Now I want to get on to the Raiders. The reason why I have the Raiders, in my mind, is the most dangerous team, like you said, to the Patriots. And here's why. You have Derek Carr leading the way. He is the greatest quarterback in the AFC behind Tom Brady.
Yes.
He is second to Tom Brady. Last season, he had 28 touchdowns and only 6 interceptions. Almost 400 passing yards. Amazing.
He had an MVP type year.
Yes.
He did.
Yes,
So.
and until he broke his leg.
And that was because of the silliness of that coach.
Yes.
They should have just sat him down. I don't know what they were thinking. But anyway, that's last year. It's this year.
This year, and we hope that he comes out with confidence.
That's it.
That's it. I mean, I'm not taking anything away from their offensive line. They have a top 10 offensive line at the Raiders.
Yes, they do.
And we already all know beast mode. Marshawn Lynch, he's one of the best running backs in the league.
Exactly.
I don't know how he's going to perform after coming back. I think he's still going to be great.
Yep.
My biggest question with them is, can they stay healthy? If they can stay healthy and if their defensive coverage, they're kind of like the Titans. Their defensive cornerbacks, their safeties, they're just all right.
Yes.
They're not there. They have the linebacker crew, Khalil Mack.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that's one of the things that kind of hurt them too is depth. Depth was a concern. Derek Carr went out, and then that was it. That was their season was pretty much done. And so, can they stay healthy? Because that's going to be the key to their success, beating any team, in the AFC, but most of all the Patriots. Because we want that. Yeah.
And I mean, we all know Derek Carr. He just signed that $25 million deal, so you cannot afford him to get injured.
No, you can't.
You can't. He's the one that carries that team. And now with the Steelers, they are the second option in the AFC to me. That's because they're there every year.
Yep.
They got a great head coach, Mike Tomlin, who just signed a contract extension through 2020.
I saw that.
I think Mike Tomlin, out of the 3 teams I named, is the best coach of the 3. I think he beats Mike Mularkey. He beats Jack Del Rio. I really do not think Jack Del Rio is a great head coach at the Raiders. I think he's just, people are saying he's good, but I think it's just the Oakland Raiders talent that they have. Derek Carr is a brilliant quarterback.
You think it's just their talent? You don't
Yes,
think
if we remember Jack Del Rio at the Jaguars,
Yeah, I do.
2-14 season.
Woo! Didn't they have David Garrard as their
Something like that. Jaguars so bad back then I couldn't.
They were. Oh my goodness.
But then without question, the Steelers had the best running back and wide receiver duo in the league.
They do.
Combined for 19 touchdowns, over 2,000 yards.
They do. I got to give it to you on that one. They do. I mean, they have talent at the wide receiver position.
And just like last year, their biggest question, defense.
That's it.
They were horrible.
That's it.
Last year.
And you know, to beat the Patriots, you need pass rushing and you need coverage. You know, because who's going to cover the tight end? They love to use their tight ends.
Yeah.
You know, and who's going to cover them? So you have to have linebackers that can cover the tight ends. Otherwise, you're just not going to beat the Patriots at all.
No. And Steelers, I think they have the linebackers, but do they have that extra coverage? They picked up a couple guys. Yeah. But they're going to be rookies. Yeah. So we really don't know. Steelers might surprise, but
it's going to be an interesting season. I believe that it's going to be really interesting to see who's going to challenge the Patriots.
Yeah. Everybody is already betting on the Patriots winning the entire thing again.
Wow.
I have no doubt.
Yeah. They're
going to win it again. But, hey, I got high hopes for my Tennessee Titans.
Hey. Okay. I mean, that's your team. But I just think that the defense is going to come into play. Yeah.
Hey, I'll be waiting. I mean, Falcons made it to the Super Bowl. I'm not taking away from their defense, but I don't think they had that high caliber defense. That was one of the best in the league. I just don't think they did.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And
on that one.
So with the Falcons, who I think can beat them, I could go from multiple teams in the NFC. I can go from the Cowboys to the Packers. First of all, I'm going to start out with the Green Bay Packers because they got that bad man in Aaron Rodgers.
Woo!
He passed for 40 touchdowns last season, 7 interceptions, over 4,000 passing yards. He has wide receivers that can catch the football. Jordan Nelson had 14 touchdowns last season, coming back from an ACL injury.
Oh, man. Yeah, he was phenomenal.
The only thing the Packers need to do is figure it out defensively. Their defense looked like a high school football team's defense last season, giving up on an average 28 points a game.
Woo! That's not going to get it done.
No, and can Ty Montgomery keep it up? Natural wide receiver, now a running back. They did pick up a rookie running back out of Penn State.
And that's the thing. That's been the thing with Green Bay for a long time. They just haven't had the running back since Amon Green. Since that man. And that was way.
Yes. I think they should have went for someone very good in the draft this last year, but they decided not to.
It's like Aaron Rodgers is amazing talent. He's one of the best quarterbacks in NFL history.
Oh, without question.
If you don't give him help, with that running back, if you don't take the pressure off of him,
sooner or later he's going to be doing so much work that he's going to end up getting injured.
There you go. So, it's just that simple.
Okay, and so then my next two teams I have, who I think have the best chance of coming out this division, you have the Philadelphia Eagles.
I do.
Well, out of that division, I have the Giants or Cowboys.
Ooh.
So, the Giants, they have a Super Bowl quarterback, Eli Manning, who, by the way, knows how to get the ball to Odell Beckham Jr.
He does. If
that offensive line can protect Eli Manning, they're dangerous.
That's the thing. I mean,
they have a great defense led by Landon Collins. To me, I'd say top 5 safety in the league, Landon Collins. The Cowboys, they have 2 second-year star athletes who we all don't know if they're going to be great. Multiple people have sophomore slumps. So, I mean... And
you know what? It takes a year to kind of, teams will figure them out, so have the teams figured out how to stop them.
Yes,
So
I mean
that's the thing. Remember back then, Robert Griffith Jr. Robert Griffith III. I think.
Yes.
He had that great rookie year.
Mm-hmm.
He came back. Teams figured him out,
Yeah,
and now he's the rest.
That's
is
the
history.
only thing is with the Cowboys. I can argue maybe they will have the good season. Not so much Dak Prescott, but Ezekiel Elliott will do just as good because that offensive line.
I agree with you. Yep. I mean, Ezekiel Elliott. The question is, can Dak Prescott, like you were saying, can Dak Prescott have that season that he did?
I certainly hope so because I like Dak as a guy.
Yeah.
I really do. He's a great guy. He works hard every day in, day out.
Mm-hmm.
It's just now we know defenses have figured him out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And can he keep up
Can he
his...
adjust? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And, I mean, like I said, you had the Eagles before. I have them third in the NFC East. Just because I don't know if Carson Wentz just had a great season last season or if he'll actually keep it up. That's the thing. I just don't know if their offense can keep up the consistency.
Yeah.
That's it. Arguably, they have one of the greatest offensive lines. They have a great defense.
They do.
But can Carson Wentz keep it up?
I think he can. I think he surprised a lot of people coming out last year.
Oh, he did. Yeah.
He was really, and I think he's gonna continue that success this year. And I sure hope so because I'm an Eagles fan.
Yeah,
So, I sure hope so. Now that Michael Vick is not there anymore, I'm like, oh man, I need something to hope.
Yes. Yeah. I undoubtedly think Carson Wentz is a true talent. He can become something great. He's, to me, almost like a next Mariota, James Winston on the come up.
Yeah.
Because we all know Mario, James Winston are now to that level.
They're to that level, yeah.
They've reached their height, and now they gotta. It's showtime.
Absolutely.
They gotta show it. And so I guess my next team, who I think could beat the Falcons, is the Seahawks. Led by Legion of Boom.
Yeah.
They have the defense. Led Cam Chancellor, Richard Sherman.
They do. They do.
They have a great quarterback, Russell Wilson, who still passed over 4,000 yards last season. The issue with these guys, even though I just mentioned Russell Wilson, is their offense. Some reason they can't find Jimmy Graham on the offense.
Yeah. But you know what? That loss, and I'm just going to tell you this, the loss of Marshawn Lynch from that team was huge. I mean,
Yes.
Marshawn Lynch, he took a lot of the pressure off of Russell Wilson. But now that he wasn't there, we really see this offense just really sputtering. at times.
Yes,
So
it stirred up the entire team.
it really
and-
did. It really did. So I'm like, if like you were saying, if they need any type of if they can get back any type of consistency on offense, it's gonna start with the running game. I always love the running backs on this.
Yes,
But
yeah.
it's gonna have to start with the running game.
Yeah, they've been kind of all sorts of mixed up with that. They just got rid of Christian Michael last season.
Yeah, and so they gotta find some consistency
Yes.
there.
Yes. And
Because didn't they just sign? The Falcons just signed Foreman. Is it free?
yes, Devontae Freeman.
Yeah,
Yep.
Devontae Freeman.
To 5-year deal.
A 5-year deal, yeah, and he got paid. So
Yes.
we're
Yeah.
gonna have to see. I mean, because the Falcons already got their running back. There's a lot of teams that already have their running back. Ezekiel Elliott for Cowboys. So we just see right now that
Teams with the star-studded running backs are the top teams because they have the balanced offense.
there you go, there you go, there you go.
Yes. And I guess that is some reason why I have a surprise team for my next team in the NFC. And that is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Okay, yeah, this is.
This is a big
Are you
surprise. Here's
I know Jameis Winston is good and everything, but
to me, James Winston, he's just like Marcus Mariota. He just passed over for 4,000 yards.
yeah,
The issues obviously bringing down the interceptions after he had 18.
Yeah.
Yet they were still winning last year. They almost made the playoffs. And by the way, Jameis Winston, he got help. He got Deshaun Watson, who he already had Mike Evans. So combine those two. And to me, a Pro Bowl caliber tight end has just been added in O.J. Howard. I think he was a star at Alabama. And the defense, I think they're good enough to keep teams out of the end zone. You have Levante David, Kwame Alexander, That defense, led by the linebackers, their defensive line isn't too bad. Their corners, they're all right. I mean, just like we were talking with the Steelers, Titans, all them, they're all right.
So you think they can beat the Falcons, though?
They're in the same division, so they'll play them twice. I think they're going to go 1-1 against the Falcons.
Okay.
Once it comes to the playoffs, we're going to see what Jameis is famous for. The thing is Jameis has to stay safe. Yeah. Jameis has to run around a lot, scramble out of the pocket just to throw the ball. Yeah. The offensive line needs to be improved. But do I think Carolina Panthers are coming out that division? No.
And
that is just because, I mean, Cam Newton wants to run the football. They just grabbed Christian McCaffrey, who wants to help him. I think Cam Newton's more about himself than he is about the team.
Well, I mean, certainly last year, him not getting to the Super Bowl again, you'd think that, okay, well, I got to just take a step back and maybe, we got this running back, Christian McCaffrey coming in. Can we get help? Can I have some help in getting back to that next level? Do you think he's going to kind of take a little bit off of himself?
I think what he's going to do this season is he's going to run himself more. I feel like that is what he thought got them to that Super Bowl against the Broncos. And then he realized you run into someone like Von Miller you ain't going to run against.
You'll never run again if you run against that guy.
So I just think the Panthers, they have the talent. They have a great defensive leader, Luke Kuechly, arguably the best linebacker in the game. But with Cam Newton trying to do everything himself, I just don't think they can come out on top. I think this is the best division of football we're going to have this season. I don't think a single team's coming out from 8-8. Yeah. I think even the Saints will end up 8-8.
And keep in mind when Cam Newton had that great season.
Yes.
Was it a couple years ago or something?
Yes, about 2 years ago.
About 2 years ago, he had just a fantastic season, but they did it with great defense. Mm-hmm. The defense really kind of put them in position to win those games, and just giving them the ball back and all. But now they don't have that type of defense anymore. No, Luke Kuechly is still good though.
I think once they lost Josh Norman, it kind of
I agree with you. I mean, it kind of just tailed off after that.
Yes.
So, but if they can get some defensive stops and everything, he can, and if he can start to run, again, maybe. But
as long as he can run without getting injured.
That's the thing, and that's why Christian McCaffrey,
give him the ball. Christian McCaffrey has clearly shown he can catch the ball running routes.
Yes.
So
give him the ball.
Yes.
That's what we need.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you my 4 teams, and I'll see what your 4 teams are.
Okay.
Here are my 4 teams making it to the Final Four in the NFL. NFC Championship, I have the Falcons and I have the Falcons and Packers. In the AFC, I have the Patriots versus Steelers.
Wow. I
just see the Packers. They have the experience. They have the best overall quarterback. Yeah. He's gonna find a way to get them there. Falcons we all know they have the best offensive football.
Yes.
Now in the AFC, Patriots, they're the best overall team. Mm-hmm. Steelers, experience. Who can stop Le'Veon Bell? No one. Yeah. And then you got to sit there when you stop Le'Veon Bell, then you got to worry about Antonio Brown. Wow. So those are my 4 teams. That is my championships. I still see the Patriots winning it all.
So you still see the Patriots winning it all?
Yes. Without a doubt. They added Brandon Cooks on offense.
Yeah. You know what? I really don't have 4 teams, but I will say I can give you the championship. I'll give you the 2 teams that are going to be in the Super Bowl. Okay, right. I'm going to give you the 2 teams that are going to be in the Super Bowl.
All right. Let's do it.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
I'm going to come out and go out on them and say Cowboys and Patriots.
Cowboys fans.
I am not a Cowboys fan by any means, but I just think that they have the talent to get there. I think they They did a very good job last year, and I think they're going to probably continue that success.
I think Cowboys are making the playoffs. I just don't think they're going to win a playoff
Patriots still going to win it all.
Yeah.
But we all agree about that. But I just think the Cowboys are they're gonna get there.
Not bad odds. I think a lot of people have the Cowboys. I just still see them winning the playoff game. That's just me.
Oh man, woo! You don't think they're gonna win a playoff game?
No.
Oh my goodness.
All right. So we all know college football is only about 4 weeks away.
I can't wait
September 2nd. Get pumped. Yeah. Alabama versus Florida State first Saturday of college football. That night.
Wow.
Cannot wait. DeAndre Francois versus Jalen Hurts.
Oh.
That's going to be good. And so I kind of want to talk about which conference is going to be the best in college football. Because without a doubt, you know that I am going to say, just like a majority of the other people are going to say, I think the SEC is the best conference in college football once again. I mean, that's what we expect every year.
Yeah.
When I think about the ACC, I can now only think of Florida State, Louisville, and maybe Miami. Mm-hmm. They have the great head coach in Mark Richt. But I just think Clemson's falling off a cliff now. Mm. They do have a great head coach. Yeah. I like Dabo Swinney.
But how do you? Yeah.
But you ain't got a quarterback.
How do you replace Deshaun Watson? How do you replace him? So
you can't. And I guess when you look at the Pac-10, people can look at Stanford, but to me, I only see really two contenders. Yeah. That's Washington Huskies and the USC Trojans. They have the two Heisman caliber quarterbacks.
Not so fast, my friend. Hey, they got Oregon. They have the Royce Royce Freeman coming back.
They do.
And
but
so they can contend.
Their question is quarterback for Oregon.
Yes, but they did find something in,
They did.
They did. Dakota Prukop didn't do anything for them. But they found. I think they're finding a quarterback that's going to work for them this year. So whether that is to be named,
I hope so. But if they lose to Nebraska, I count Oregon out.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, when I look at conferences, I think of the Big Ten.
Yes.
Immediately. They right now have the most potential to contend with the SEC because they have a team by the name of Ohio State. They lead that conference. They can contend with SEC teams. They have the defense that can replicate the SEC.
Yes.
And then you have Michigan, led by John Harbaugh. As long as he's there, they're going to be good.
Yes.
And then you have Wisconsin, run heavy offense. They're dangerous every single year.
So you're going to say SEC number one, right?
Yes.
Okay, the number one conference.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much from top to bottom. You have Alabama, right?
Yep.
You have LSU.
Yep.
You got Ole Miss. You can just keep going on down the list. I mean, they just have so much talent. So I understand that.
Yes.
But my argument is, this is my argument. Which one would you have second? Would you have the ACC or the Big Ten? Because
I definitely have the Big Ten second.
Really? I have the ACC second.
I
With
can't
Florida State in there?
Florida State is the only team in the ACC, I believe, that will be in the top 10 at the end of the season. Louisville, Lamar Jackson cannot carry them. He cannot.
Wait a minute. Florida State, you're just totally writing off Clemson.
I am. I think they're done. I think Clemson at the end ends up 20 to 25. It's somewhere in that ranking.
Now I know they have to replace Deshaun Watson. Don't get me wrong. I mean, he was probably one of the best college football
He's one of the
players
best we've ever seen.
Ever. I mean, if you could beat Alabama like that,
yes.
Or put up
he destroyed their defense twice.
He did, and so there's no denying he is the best. But if they can find some, probably not like the talent as Deshaun Watson, but if they can get a guy that can throw, they still have some very good players.
They do.
Offense and defense.
They lost their top wide receiver. Let's remember that.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
The thing is with the ACC, Clemson, you lost your star players. North Carolina, you lost Mitchell Trubisky. So they're going to fall off a cliff now. That is why I only have those 3 teams. Louisville's
you
only...
said North Carolina?
Yes.
But they brought in the transfer, Brandon Harris from LSU.
But at LSU, was he really that good? He was okay.
Yeah,
I'll give him that.
He was okay, but
Given that he's going from the SEC defense to the ACC, maybe better.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see about that.
I
think North Carolina might be a little bit better.
Because when I rank these, I have to go SEC, Big Ten. Pac-10 and Big 12 are almost on the same level as me.
Yeah.
Because the Big 12, you have Oklahoma, very dangerous.
Yes,
Baker
they are.
Mayfield. And sure, Bob Stoops just left, but Lincoln Riley's been there.
Yes.
Oklahoma, they just know how to play football. Oklahoma State, great quarterback in Mason Rudolph. He's been there throughout his entire college career. You have Mike Gundy as the head coach. They have a great defense every single year. And then you have to start worrying about, is Texas actually back? Tom Herman's leading a second-year team pretty much that Charlie Strong brought in. And don't get me wrong, folks, Texas, they had a very good freshman class.
That's your team, right?
They lost to Kansas, but
they lost to Kansas.
They'll be
They
back.
lost to Kansas. Listen up, folks. They lost to Kansas. All right, but
The only 2 teams I see Texas losing in the conference is Oklahoma, Oklahoma State. If we can be one of them, we have 2 losses this season. That is to USC and to one of the Oklahoma teams. Otherwise, I think we're going 10-2. The Pac-10, I can argue with the Big 12 because they have those 3 teams.
yeah.
That's it. I mean, ACC has 3, but I don't think those 3 teams are as good as Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, or Washington or USC. Florida State is.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you that the Pac-12, the Pac-12, they're just about at the even level as Big 12. I mean, I agree with you. I mean,
Yes.
I'm trying to see. There's not any team that really kind of stands out, but the argument was who's in that second slot for the best conference in the country, and I think you said the Big Ten.
Yes, Big
right?
Ten, without a doubt. And then and then people kind of forget about Penn State.
They did come off really strong last year.
They lost a running back, but they still got that quarterback. Very good.
Yes.
Nebraska Cornhuskers, my surprise.
Yo, Nebraska. I think everybody's ready to hear this, right? Where is Nebraska going to finish?
Nebraska, they might finish on top of their division.
You think so?
They might.
They might, huh?
They play on the weaker side. They don't have Ohio State or Michigan.
Yeah.
They just have Wisconsin. Wisconsin is looking like one of the top teams in the Big Ten.
They are.
But if you can get past them, I think you'll be good.
Yeah. I think they're
And you play them at home.
Yeah, their challenge is going to be that back-to-back. You have Wisconsin and Ohio State.
Yes.
And last year we didn't win either one of those games. So I mean, this year though, can we win one? Because they're both at home.
Yes.
So we'll see how it goes.
And we all know Nebraska's crowd.
Yes, we do.
They are loud
yes,
and
we
proud.
do. Best fans in college football, baby.
Okay, so before we leave this subject, I'm going to defend why I think SEC is the best conference. To me, they have the toughest defense in college football. Every single team is almost NFL hitting caliber. And to me, I just feel like the SEC has the teams that everybody seems to be chasing. Everybody wants to beat LSU. Everybody wants to beat Alabama. It seems like everybody has to beat Alabama to become number one.
Exactly.
I think Bama's going to return to the playoffs. Auburn, they have that transfer quarterback in Jared Stidham. He's expected to be the best quarterback in the conference. LSU, they have arguably the best running back, Darius Geis. In my mind, I think he is the best running back.
Really good.
Tennessee is on a make-or-break season with their head coach. I think he's going to show up. Those players love that head coach.
Yes.
I think they're going to show up. And then Florida, they're expected to have the top defense in the SEC. In Georgia, they always show up with running backs.
Yes.
So they always have an offense. And Arkansas might surprise some people. They might. Brett Bielema always brings something.
He always brings something, but that defense, though.
The defense is...
That defense has always been...
He always has a defensive line.
He does, but he never has the defensive backs to...
No, and that's the issue. To be someone like Bama, that's what you need.
You do.
And that's what Ohio State brings. That's why I have Big Ten.
They have physical receivers. They, and they have physical running backs.
Yes.
And, Alabama always got those
yes.
guys.
Bo Scarborough.
I mean, when he goes rolling down, you better have somebody that's going to stop him, a safety or something, because
that's a big man.
That's a big boy.
Not somebody I'm going to want to run out in front of to try to tackle.
That's a big boy.
See, that's just the thing, is the SEC has so many talented teams, I believe, that will be in the top 25 this season. And like I said, everybody seems to be chasing them.
Yes.
Even when we think about Ohio State, who are they chasing? Alabama. I put Urban Meyer up there with Nick Saban. I do.
Yeah, but to me, I know you're making an argument that SEC is, and I get your argument, and I agree with that.
Yes.
But I also too don't sleep on the ACC and Florida State. I know they have that one team really, but Florida State, that defense is something serious.
Oh, I think
that defense is something serious and can contend with anybody in the country.
I think if Florida State beats Alabama in the first week of this season, they have a great chance of winning the national title. It's a strong statement at the very early of the season.
I agree.
But they have a great quarterback, and like you said, that defense is outstanding.
Yeah, it is.
And they have a great head coach, Jimbo Fisher.
There you go.
So it's going to be a great college football season. I cannot wait. We started off with a bang with Florida State versus Alabama week 1. And it's only going to get better from there. Okay, so I want to move on to the NBA real quick. And Michael Jordan brought up the statement of the best two-way player taking another strike at LeBron James. He says the best two-way player in the NBA is Kawhi Leonard. Let me tell you something. He's wrong. He is wrong, folks. He is wrong for all the right reasons. Let me tell you. The best two-way player in the NBA is Anthony Davis. If you think about it, he's never recognized because he plays the power forward position, and he plays for the New Orleans Pelicans, who are never talked about because they cannot make the playoffs. Sure, people tell me Kawhi Leonard has made all defensive first team 3 times. Anthony Davis, 0. Anthony Davis has 0 defensive player of the year, while Kawhi has 2. But here's the thing, people. We're talking about the best two-way player. Can Kawhi Leonard beat Anthony Davis on offense and defense? I mean, I can quickly give you stats. Jarvis, I'll let you take the table after this. But
I'm ready, man.
Let me give you some stats real quick. Now, keep in mind, this is throughout their entire careers. So here's the points. Anthony Davis beats Kawhi Leonard by 6 points total, 22-16. Anthony Davis leads Kawhi Leonard rebounds, 10-6. They are tied on assists, 2-2. And when it comes to field goal percentage, Anthony Davis shoots better, 51-49. And when it comes to defense, Kawhi Leonard leads on steals. Makes sense because the position he plays. Anthony Davis leads blocks. Makes sense because of the position he plays. But when it comes to opponent's field goal percentage, they both allow their opponents to shoot less than 40%. So to me, they're the same exact player defensively. But when it comes to offense, Anthony Davis beats Kawhi. So when you're talking two-way player, it is Anthony Davis. I have no doubt Kawhi is the best defensive player, but not best offensive and defensive. Go ahead.
Are you done?
Yes, I am.
Are you done?
Yes, I am.
Are you done? Because I'm about to.
I know I'm right.
Okay, first of all, let's get to what we both agree on. Anthony Davis can ball.
Yes,
the boy
he is
can
top
ball.
5 caliber.
I agree with you when it comes to his defensive capabilities and his offensive skills. I mean, I'm not saying anything, but did you see what Kawhi did in the playoffs?
I do.
That boy was balling.
I think in the playoffs he was arguably one of the best. I think he was the best player. He
single-handedly almost beat the Golden State Warriors in that game.
Yes.
Yes, right?
Yes, he did.
Okay. They nicknamed him the Claw. And you know what? The guy, he does it on both ends of the floor. Both ends of the floor.
But if we think about 2 years ago,
25 points a game, though? He's averaging 25 a game.
yeah, but Anthony Davis this last year averages 27 points a game. Still beating Kawhi Leonard on the offensive end.
Oh, man, but wait a minute. Was Anthony Davis in a playoff game, though?
No, he was not, because he does not have the team or the head coach.
They got
like the
Boogie.
San Antonio. Yeah, but
They got Boogie now, so.
if we think about it, when a team, all these teams that make it to playoffs because they have a star guard.
Yeah.
The Pelicans don't. That's what they need. True Holiday is not like that. And when we think about 2 years ago, how did the Pelicans make the 8th seed in the playoffs? It came down last game of the season. Anthony Davis, what does he do? He straight balls. 40 points. He destroyed the Spurs by himself.
Yeah, he did. But my thing is this. Until your boy, Anthony Davis, does it in the playoffs, we don't have an argument here. And plus, does he have the hardware to prove it?
No, he doesn't. But
He doesn't have the hardware right now.
I think Anthony Davis, if he took himself...
He did win that All-Star game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like 53 points.
He did. But I have to give it to him on that one.
Considering they don't play Davis in the All-Star game, but still he got the most points.
Yeah, he got the most.
That's offense,
Yeah, that's
right?
what you try to argue.
Best two-way player. See, if you take Anthony Davis, you put him somewhere like the Celtics. Give him a guard like Isaiah Thomas. Give him a shooting guard like Jason Tatum. Give him someone like Gordon Hayward. Then you have Anthony Davis and Al Horford. Whoa. Anthony Davis made it to the championship. They're going to the finals. They're beating the Cavaliers.
I have to.
Because then you have someone to defend LeBron.
Yeah,
Anthony Davis.
You got that rim protecting.
Yes. So, I mean, they're both tied at making 2 NBA first teams. They've both made it twice. But my argument is who's better on the offensive end? And it's Anthony Davis. The stats are facts.
He's just what's hurting Anthony Davis right now is that nobody cares about the Pelicans.
That's the issue.
That's what's hurting him. He needs to get on a team like you said, like a Celtics or some other team that can allow so that people can see his talent night in and night out. We're not watching the Pelicans.
No one is, and because they don't have the record. I mean. And when I think of Kawhi Leonard on the offensive end, is he really a game changer like LeBron? To me, he's not on the offensive side of the ball. On defense, yes. Because no doubt, no one is like Kawhi Leonard. He's the only guy I know that can slow down Kevin Durant, that can slow down LeBron. Yeah. He's the only guy. But when it comes to the offense,
but
he's
really
not that big.
He stepped up his game, though, this season, though,
yes,
on the
he
offensive
did.
end.
So he did. And I think, like you brought up, in the playoffs, he proved himself.
He did.
Against the Memphis Grizzlies, he carried the Spurs.
He did. And even, like I said, before he got injured against the Warriors, man, boy was lighting him up.
Yes.
So, I mean, I'm just saying, I think he proved himself this year.
I mean, maybe...
that offensive player. So, next year, you're going to see him. Maybe
he'll flip my mind and I'll go to Kawhi Leonard, but Kawhi Leonard just cannot do that in the regular season. He's almost like a LeBron. He only shows up at the playoffs. And that's the issue.
Oh, man.
I think at the end of the day, Anthony Davis is better offensively and just as good defensively. Anthony Davis doesn't have to guard those guys. Yeah. So
I'm going with Kawhi. I gotta go with Kawhi Leonard on this one. I mean, until Anthony Davis gets out of
once Anthony Davis joins the Golden State Warriors.
Oh, wouldn't that be something?
Oh, if he joined the Golden State Warriors, people turn off your TVs. Do not order NBA League Pass. Don't do anything because you already know he's gonna win. I mean, that's a star-studded lineup. Anthony Davis, Draymond Green, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant.
Oh, man.
Something else.
My goodness.
Something else.
I guess the question is who will be coming off the bench. Would it be?
You'd have to grab players like Darren Williams because you couldn't sign very much players.
You couldn't. I mean, so, man.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, so I brought up LeBron a little bit in this last topic, and I kind of want to touch on when he leaves the Eastern Conference, because everybody's expecting him to leave the Eastern Conference and expect him to go somewhere like the Lakers. So if he does, who is the top team in the East? To me, I'm going to say the Milwaukee Bucks. Without a doubt. I think the Milwaukee Bucks have the next LeBron. Giannis Antetokounmpo is a monster. He has length. He has size. The only thing he needs to work on is his shooting. If he can get a perimeter shooting, he'll be the best player in the league in 3 years. They have great young talent to help him out. Thon Maker, great center. They have Chris Middleton, great outside shooter. The other team, people don't like it, but the Miami Heat. Pat Riley knows how to
love your Miami Heat.
Pat Riley knows how to convince players to come there. He'll pull out his rings. He'll pull out his championship titles. He'll make a banner for you. Pat Riley knows how to bribe somebody. Then you have Eric Spoelstra, proving he's one of the best coaches. After a team that starts 11-30, you end up 42-42.
That's pretty good.
That's amazing. So going back to Giannis Antetokounmpo, last season he averaged 25 points, 9.5 rebounds, and 2.2 steals. So we know he can play both sides of the ball. We know he has somewhat of the capability of slowing down LeBron. He is a humble athlete.
Yes.
And like I said, I mean, people have a hard time scoring. And if he can score from the perimeter, no doubt in my mind he's the fifth best player in the league behind Durant, LeBron, Kawhi, and Davis.
You're right. I have to agree with you. I mean, the Milwaukee Bucks have a lot of talent. I also have to agree with you that Giannis Antetokounmpo is just amazing. He had 16 points. I think it was a couple of years ago, and then last season, 25 or something like that.
Yes.
So he is getting better on the offensive end, rebounding, assists. He's a triple-double waiting to happen.
Yes.
Every night.
I honestly think if he becomes a shooter, people are going to be afraid to guard him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He's going to be serious.
He
already has ups. He has
Yes.
that vertical that's unreal.
Yes.
And the thing about it is that they're just looking – the Bucks, they have that length. They have that length on defense that's going to give teams a lot of trouble.
I mean, if we think about it,
Eastern Conference.
last year they really improved last year.
They sure did.
Really did. They played the Raptors. They were 6th seed. First game out of the gate, Antetokounmpo went off. Yes. Everybody thought the Bucks were all of a sudden going to sweep the Raptors. And then all of a sudden the Raptors came back.
You didn't mention the Raptors.
Here's my reason with the Raptors.
Yeah, you didn't mention them.
They're good. But they do not seem to change their roster. And they cannot win in the playoffs.
You know what? I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, they got all the tools that they need. They just don't get it done.
No.
Every year they don't get it done.
And
they just...
the biggest question, I guess, is Kyle Lowry really that good? DeMar DeRozan, we already know, is a superstar.
That dude is good.
He's very good. But Kyle Lowry...
No. And I'm going to have to say no. I mean, because he doesn't show up in the postseason.
Yeah.
He never shows up. He's always shooting like 35% or something, or some low percentage like that. So, I mean, he never shows up. And I don't think when you have that inconsistency at the point, you're not going to ever get it done.
Yeah.
In the postseason.
And that's why I say teams like the Bucks and the Heat, because the Heat, unfortunately, they have to work their way back up. The Bucks are already doing that. And the Heat, all it takes, they're down in South Beach. They have the location. Yeah. They have the coaches. All they need is one star player, and then all of a sudden people start going there.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like, that's just why I have those two teams. The Wizards I don't have because they do not know how to handle their cap space. It's irritating. I want John Wall to get help. He has Bradley Beal, who shows up. He's not consistent. He can, though.
He can shoot. He's a streaky shooter.
Yes.
I mean, but he just no consistency whatsoever. So.
And they don't have any, like I said, they don't have any money to sign anybody. Yeah. That's an issue. Yeah. They wanted Paul George. John Wall did.
Yeah.
But you can't figure out anything there without money problems. Another thing
too. John Wall. coming out of like Kentucky, I thought he was going to be, and he's good. Don't get me wrong, he's good. He's made the All-Star game. You know, he's multiple All-Star appearances and things like that. But he's not a superstar.
I think John Wall is arguably the third best point guard in today's league, even the second best.
But what is it? When I'm looking at the Wizards, it's like, why? I mean, like, sometimes I just don't see him actually making that.
And the thing that holds John Wall down is because his shooting percentage is not the greatest.
Yeah.
He's the best driving point guard in the league.
I agree. I mean, and probably the fastest guy in the league.
No doubt about it. John Wall beats every single point guard on that.
Absolutely.
But when it comes to shooting, Steph Curry is lots better. Russell Westbrook, even though he takes 50 million shots, he's better. It's that Damian Lillard's better.
Yes.
Otherwise, I think John Wall is a great leader. He has a great heart. I just think he needs help. He just signed an extension, so he's going to be there for a while.
Well, they're going to have to try to do something with that salary cap.
Yes.
Because it's sad because...
I mean, they just signed O.J. Porter Jr. to a massive deal.
I did see that. I'm like, what are you guys doing?
I know
it's ridiculous.
Their front office does not know how to deal with that cap space. Celtics, they can't seem to even grab the right player out of the draft. Is Jason Tatum, sure he can score on offense, but he can't play defense.
Yeah.
And when you think about it, they had a chance to grab Paul George, and instead you grab Gordon Hayward. I'm grabbing the great two-way player.
And Gordon is not that good on defense.
No.
I mean, he's decent, but he's nowhere near a Paul George caliber.
That's the issue. Celtics, I just don't think have enough yet.
Yeah. Now, are they talented? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But can they make it to that next level?
I think if they traded Isaiah Thomas for Kyrie Irving, which is now in the talks, okay. Celtics, they're there. Kyrie Irving is a little bit better at defense. He at least tries. Yeah. Unlike Isaiah Thomas. But still, I don't think Celtics can beat someone like LeBron. No. But I guess we're talking when LeBron's gone. So Celtics would have to get past someone like Antetokounmpo.
But we're you know what? Speaking of the Cavaliers, I know this is kind of off the subject, but if you don't have Kyrie, the Cavaliers, can they still even make it to the playoffs?
Are you talking with LeBron or without?
With LeBron.
Oh, with LeBron, no doubt. They're still first, second seed.
Yeah.
No matter if you have LeBron, you're going to the finals.
But without, we already know it. Without, they're just
without LeBron. And that's the thing why I don't get why Kyrie wants to leave, because sure he won a championship. He's been there now with LeBron for 3-4 years, but we haven't seen that he can win without LeBron.
Well, we didn't. I didn't see it
even
when he was there. So, but you know what? But I agree with you. I just those teams.
And the Hawks, they're obviously done. They lost their best player. Paul Millsap's gone.
I don't know what the Hawks are doing.
And lastly, a lot of people don't like this, but the 76ers, a lot of people are hyped about them. A lot of people think they're going to make the playoffs. A lot of people think they're going to make noise. Let me tell you something. Let's put the brakes on. Let's put the brakes on.
Wait a minute. Go ahead.
I believe they will make the playoffs, maybe 7th or 8th seed. But then you're obviously running Celtics or Cavs and you're done. Mm-hmm. Thing is with the 76ers, they cannot stay healthy. Joel Embiid always gets injured because they want to give him the ball the most. Yeah. And so that overworks him and then he gets injured. We haven't seen Ben Simmons. How do we know if he's going to be a star? Markelle Fultz, to me, isn't that good. I think they made a good trade in J.J. Redick, but how much of a game changer is he really? Not really. If you guard the 3 on J.J. Redick, he's not good. We know that from the Clippers.
See, listen, though. This is not about... Listen, this is... Okay, you're talking about the present, but we're looking at the future.
Yep.
Okay, this is... This is what you were saying. You were saying that after LeBron leaves...
Yes.
I mean, which team is going to step up and be that next Cleveland, and I'm just saying,
And
presently, yeah, they got some things to work out, but I think the 76ers, they're going to be up there. They're going to be up there, and because they have a lot of talent. Markelle Fultz.
I got to see how Fultz is going to perform. I know I'm still talking this year, but I got to see how he's going to perform. Because I don't think he's, even in the next couple of years, I don't think he's going to be a star-studded talent. And if Embiid keeps getting injured, he's going to be another Greg Oden of the league. I hate to say it.
He's already had those offensive knee surgeries.
Yes, so Ben Simmons, I believe, can be a top caliber player. Is he a game changer like a LeBron or a DeRozan in the Eastern Conference? No. And that's the thing the 76ers are missing. They're missing the game changer. People claim Ben Simmons can be that.
We just haven't seen all of them play together.
Yes.
I think that's the question. And I guess the question is, can they stay healthy like you were saying? If they can, I see them.
Okay, so in 3 years, you have them beating the Bucks.
I didn't say that, but
Okay.
but I will say that they'll probably be third in the Eastern Conference.
Okay, so you have them ahead of the Heat, the Wizards. Because I feel like Celtics are going to stay 1 and 2 there for a while, as long as they have Thomas and Gordon Hayward.
But you have to look at the 76ers because, everybody always says trust the process, right?
Yeah.
So
I think
we gotta trust the process.
They're gonna have to spend some money. They're gonna get some money after this next season. They're gonna have to spend it.
Can they get Anthony Davis or something? To get away.
The thing is, the problem with that is they don't have a location.
Yeah.
Who wants to live in Philadelphia? Nothing against Philadelphia, but I'd rather go down to South Beach.
Oh man.
Or I'd rather live in L.A.
Yeah.
Where it's always sunny and warm. Compared to snowy, cold Philadelphia.
There's a lot more, attractive places.
Yes, and that's that. I think that's the thing that's going to hold them back in the future. Otherwise, 76ers in the future, I think a solid 5th seed team. Solid 5th seed team.
I say they're higher than that, but that's all right. You say 5, I'll say 3.
Hey.
Oh man.
All right, so I think that's going to do that with the NBA, and we're going to throw in a real quick baseball talk. Real quick. It's be a quick little take at the end of the show. I want to know the best chances, who has the best chances of making the World Series. To me, these 3 teams do. The Los Angeles Dodgers, the Houston Astros, and all of a sudden, the Chicago Cubs once again.
You're not even putting the Yankees in there?
No, the Yankees, as we noticed, we had so much hype because of Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, he's starting to strike out constantly now. His batting average went down by about .02. He's starting to fall. And we all started to figure that because we know it's like football second year. You start figuring out a player. The reason why I have these 3 teams because their pitching lineups, they're very good, and the hitters that they have on their team. When we think about the LA Dodgers, who do we think of first? Cody Bellinger. He's right up there with Aaron Judge, and right now it looks like he could be passing Aaron Judge. He's that good.
Talented.
And when you think about their pitchers, you have Clayton Kershaw. Everybody knows him.
He's good.
Undoubtedly, to me, the best pitcher in baseball we have right now. He averages 10 strikeouts a game. He has the top ERA on the team at 2.04. Right now, he's injured. But is that good news for the Dodgers? Because when he comes back, he's going to be fully healthy. And guess when he comes back? October. When it matters.
When it matters the most, yeah.
All right, they just picked up a top pitcher in Yu Darvish, too, to help him out. So,
who's going to win the World Series, then? What do you think? You think the Cubs are? You think they're going
to... The Cubs, they have a roster, to me, that looks one of the best to make it back to the World Series. They're winning in streaks. Not everybody's kind of counting them at the beginning of the season because they started out horribly. But if you look at Anthony Rizzo and Chris Bryant, they're having an unbelievable season at bat.
Yeah.
Jake Arrieta was up for Pitcher of the Year last year, the Cy Young. And when you have John Lester pitching, Cubs are dangerous. And then when you think about the Houston Astros, to me, they're the best overall team this year. This year, they are the best overall team. They're young and they're talented. They have Carlos Correa, who is no doubt the great standout player. And once he returns, they're only going to get better. You have Jose Altuve. He has an amazing batting average. And then the other big hitter in George Springer. And when it comes to pitching, I don't think they're as talented as the Dodgers pitching lineup.
No.
You can't beat Clayton Kershaw. But they have multiple pitchers that pitch every single game. So, and that goes from Brad Peacock to Mike Fierce and so on. So, who I want to make it to the World Series is the Astros versus Dodgers. I wouldn't mind seeing the Cubs make it back, though. But if we see Astros, Dodgers, teams that we have not seen there previously, and the Astros have not been there for a very long time,
They haven't.
it'd
That'd
be
kinda
very
cool.
nice to see that.
Yeah,
I think they're by far the most two talented teams. The thing with the Dodgers, can they finish? Because they always get to the playoffs and then they lose.
That's the thing with them. You just don't know, if they're going to show up or not. But you stay tuned to the next podcast, and I'll tell you exactly my pick for the World Series.
I'll be waiting. We will touch on this once again, I'm sure, at the end of the next podcast. But anyway, thank you everybody for listening. Stay tuned as we are debating all the sports news this next week. Remember to follow us on Facebook at Undefeated Tyler and Mario and Twitter at Undefeated _M, or you can contact us for comments and questions on our Facebook page or email at tylerhurst20@yahoo.com. Talk to you later. We out.